All right, Angelina. I've been thinking a lot lately about this idea of work in silence, let them guess. It just resonates so deeply with me, especially in today's world where everyone feels the need to constantly share every single step of their journey.
Oh, absolutely, John. It's almost countercultural, isn't it? We live in an announce everything society. From what you had for breakfast to your grand life goals, it all has to be broadcast. But there's a real strength, a quiet power in just doing the work.
Exactly. That's the core of it for me. Real discipline, true dedication, it doesn't need applause. It doesn't need a social media post saying, look at me, I'm working hard. It just works. Consistently, quietly, without any need for external validation.
And it protects your focus, doesn't it? When you're constantly explaining your goals, talking about what you're going to do, you're expending energy that could be going into actually doing it. It's like you're performing before the show even starts.
That's such a great point, Angelina. I've been there, excited about a new project, telling everyone about it, and then suddenly, half the motivation is gone because I've already shared the win, even if it's just the idea of it. The psychological boost is temporary.
It's like you trick your brain into thinking you've already accomplished something just by talking about it. The thrill of the idea gets mistaken for the thrill of the execution, and then the actual execution feels less exciting, maybe even like a chore.
Exactly. There's a power in privacy, less noise, fewer unsolicited opinions, and ultimately, more actual progress. While others are busy watching and commenting, you're just quietly building. It's a huge competitive advantage, I think.
Oh, definitely a competitive advantage. And it sharpens your discipline, too. When you're not doing it for an audience, you're doing it for yourself. That removes the pressure to perform for others and replaces it with a pure, unadulterated commitment to your own growth.
That commitment to self is key. It changes the whole dynamic. Early mornings, late nights, those focused, undistracted hours, they stop being a performance you want others to see and start being your routine, your ritual, your dedication.
It's when you truly internalize the why. You're not trying to impress anyone, you're not trying to prove a point, you're just working towards something because it matters to you. That kind of intrinsic motivation is so much more sustainable than external applause.
And honestly, people might not even understand what you're building when you're in that silent phase. They might look at you and think, what are they even doing? Why are they so quiet about everything? And that's perfectly fine.
That's more than fine, John. That's the whole point. Let them guess. Growth often looks invisible before it becomes undeniable. Like a seed underground, you don't see the root system developing, but that's where all the fundamental work is happening.
Love that analogy. Discipline thrives in that quiet phase. It's where the results are forming, beneath the surface, away from all the scrutiny and judgment. It's like a secret weapon.
It is. And when you finally emerge with whatever it is you've been working on, the impact is so much stronger. People are genuinely surprised, impressed, because they weren't privy to all the messy, difficult, unglamorous parts of the journey.
You don't owe anyone an explanation, do you? You don't need to justify your process or your path. Your results, when they eventually come, will explain everything far more eloquently than any spoken word could.
Exactly. Think about all the famous successes we admire. How many of them were tweeting out every single day, day 200 of my secret project? Very few, if any. They just did the work. They toiled in anonymity, and then one day, boom, success.
It's a powerful lesson in delayed gratification, too. You're not getting those little dopamine hits from likes or comments. You're working for the much bigger, more substantial reward that comes at the end, from the actual finished product or achievement.
And that makes the success feel so much more earned, doesn't it? It's pure. It's a testament to your focus, your resilience, and your genuine commitment, rather than your ability to market your potential.
It removes the pressure, too. When you announce something publicly, you create an expectation. If you don't meet that expectation, you feel like you've failed not just yourself, but everyone you told. That's a heavy burden.
Absolutely. It allows you to experiment, to fail, to pivot, all without public scrutiny. You can learn in private, refine your craft, and make all those necessary mistakes that are part of any growth process without feeling exposed.
The phrase "success speaks when the work is finished" really captures it. Until then, silence acts as a shield, keeping you grounded, keeping you focused, and keeping you moving forward without distractions.
It's like a sacred space you create for your work, a place where external noise can't penetrate, and you can truly dedicate yourself to the task at hand. It's a form of self-respect, really, and respect for your craft.
I often think about the psychological benefit of it. When you're not constantly looking for feedback or validation, you start to trust your own judgment more. You develop a stronger inner compass.
Definitely. It forces you to rely on yourself, to solve problems independently, and to develop a deep sense of self-reliance. That's invaluable not just for projects, but for life in general.
So, how do you practically implement this, Angelina? For someone who's used to sharing everything, how do they start working in silence?
Well, I think it starts small. Maybe pick one project, just one, that you decide to keep completely under wraps. Don't tell anyone about it. Not your best friend, not your spouse, not social media, just you and the work.
That's a good way to test the waters, I suppose. It takes discipline to not share, doesn't it? It's almost harder than just doing the work sometimes.
It really is. We're conditioned to seek that immediate gratification, but once you experience the quiet satisfaction of making progress without the fanfare, it becomes addictive in its own way. You realize how much more you can actually achieve.
And what about the feeling of isolation? Sometimes when you're working on something big, you want to bounce ideas off people, get feedback.
That's a valid concern. It's not about becoming a hermit, it's about being strategic with who you share with and when. Maybe you have a trusted mentor or a very small private group for specific, technical feedback rather than broadly announcing your aspirations.
So it's about intentionality. Choosing your counsel wisely, not just broadcasting to the world. Limiting the opinions to those whose perspectives you truly value and trust.
Precisely. And it helps you differentiate between genuine collaboration or advice seeking and simply seeking validation. When you work in silence, you quickly learn the difference. You value deep, thoughtful input over superficial praise.
I'm thinking about artists or writers, for example. So many of them work in complete solitude for years, honing their craft, developing their unique voice, before anyone ever sees their work. And then boom, it's a masterpiece.
Or even entrepreneurs. The ones who build revolutionary products often do it in stealth mode, quietly iterating, testing, and refining, so that by the time they launch, they have something truly robust and impactful.
It also speaks to patience, doesn't it? This idea that you don't need instant gratification. You're willing to put in the time, knowing that the reward will come, even if it's far down the road.
Patience is a huge part of it. It's a long game, and frankly, the longer you can stay quiet, the more focused you remain, the stronger your foundation becomes. Imagine trying to build a skyscraper and announcing every floor you pour concrete for.
That's a perfect image. You just work on the foundations, on the structure, on the unseen elements that make the whole thing possible. And then, one day, you unveil the completed building.
And the impact is profound. People aren't just impressed by the finished product. They're impressed by the dedication, the mystery, the sheer force of will it took to bring it to fruition without all the noise.
So the takeaway for me is stay consistent, stay focused, and stay quiet. Because when discipline guides your actions and patience guards your path, your success will arrive loudly without you ever needing to say a word.
That's it, John. Let your work be your loudest statement. In a world full of noise, cultivate your own quiet corner, build your dreams there, and then, only then, let them marvel at what you've created. It's truly transformative.
Absolutely. A powerful message for anyone looking to make a real impact. Thanks, Angelina. This has been an incredibly insightful conversation.
My pleasure, John. And to all our listeners, perhaps try it. Try working in silence on something you care deeply about. You might be surprised by what you achieve.